Guys, today I bring you a camera comparison here. The purpose of this video is basically to demonstrate to you guys how good the camera on the Nexus 6 is after the update to Android 6, and also using the best camera application that you can buy on the market right now. It's called Camera FV5, and it gives you the manual controls, all the manual controls that you can find on the phones like the Edge Plus or the LG V10, which in my opinion, and I already did a comparison, these two phones offer the best manual cameras available right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at the comparison between the Nexus 6 after Android 6 using the Camera FV5 versus the LG V10 and the Edge Plus. All right, my friends, so we start here with the specs and taking a look at these phones and all cameras. On the Nexus, 13 megapixel rear camera, 2.0 aperture, autofocus, dual LED flash. Video can be recorded in up to 4K at 30 frames per second. And we have a secondary camera, front facing camera with 2 megapixel that can also record video in 1080p. On the Samsung, 16 megapixel rear camera and a 5 megapixel front facing camera. Aperture on the rear camera on the Samsung is 1.9, and the aperture on the front facing camera is 1.9 as well. This phone can record video in 4K and also 1080p at 60 frames. On the LG, 16 megapixel rear camera, 5 megapixel front facing camera. The aperture on the rear camera is 1.8, and the aperture on the front facing camera it's 2.2 on the LG. Let's go ahead and take a look now at the cameras. Start here taking a look at the application of the camera on the S6 Edge Plus. And I'm not going to go into everything, guys, because the purpose of this is just to focus on the manual options. But this is the interface here. When we access here mode, we get access right here to the Pro. This is the manual option right here. And let's go ahead and use here some of the effects. And let's go back here to the focus, which is what I want to show you. So this is the manual focus here, which is one of the my favorite options from a manual camera. So if we use this shot glass that I have right here, we can, as you can see, bring it really close to the camera and be able to focus perfect there. You can move this away. As you guys can see, it's blurry. Bring it back here, it's right there. The focus is locked. So you don't have to worry about autofocus when you are filming something, and if you move it, or depending on the light or whatever, the camera is going to be out of focus. With the manual focus, it's always going to be right there. Here's another shot glass, really funny. And as you can see, it's perfect right there, focus. I take it back, it's blurry. I bring it right here, it's in focus. All right, same applies for either picture or camera. So let's go ahead and take a picture here, and let's go ahead and do a video. So there's the video. Take a look as I move away this. It's blurry. I bring it back here, it's in focus right there. All right, so that's as far as the manual controls. You can also change other things. For example, let's change the focus there. You can change the light here. You can change the ISO. So there are so many different things that you can change. So that's as far as the Galaxy S6 Edge. Let's go ahead and take a look at the LG now. We're taking a look at the LG now, and let's go here and focus on the manual mode. Here's the manual mode for camera. On this phone, it's separate. You have to click on camera or video. On the Samsung, it's just one. Once you get into the Pro mode, you are in the manual mode. So yeah, let's take a look here at this shot glass again, and let's concentrate here on the focus. And as you guys can see, it gives you the same option than the Samsung. You can control the focus. We can take a picture right there. You can also control all these other things here. Kind of gives you the impression that you're using a DSLR camera. But let's go back here to the focus, and now let's do video. Let's change it to video, and let's go back here to manual focus. So as you can see, I can change it. If I take this back, it's blurry. I can refocus right there. We are recording. If I bring it close, as you can see, it looks blurry. And I can adjust this here. Now it's in focus. So that's as far as the manual mode on the LG. Now let's take a look at the Nexus. So now we're looking here at the Nexus. And like I said at the beginning of the video, the purpose of this video was to focus on what things can you do with the aftermarket application on the camera. It's called Camera FV5. It's an amazing camera. As we know, the camera on the Nexus 6, after the Android 6 update, I mean, it's really decent. This is the camera, the stock camera that comes with the phone after the update. It takes pretty decent pictures. That's a camera right there. You can swipe right here and get into the video mode. But once you start getting into the video mode and you are recording, there's something going on with this camera. It doesn't really focus sometimes. Now it's focusing, so it's doing good. But sometimes it bounces, like it shakes or moves. As you can see right there, it's doing it. So, and there are really not too many options when it comes to the interface, or there are no manual controls at all. And that's why, I want to talk to you guys about this application. This application is absolutely amazing, and I think it's completely underrated. There is so many things that you can do with the camera that can really compete with a camera like the S6 Edge Plus or the camera that we see on the LG. So this is the interface, and like I said before, I just want to focus mostly on the manual controls. So down here we get the autofocus. These are all the different options that you get for focus. We're going to focus on the manual focus, which is right here, MF. Click right there, and you just swipe on the screen in order to focus. So if we put this right here, as you guys can see, it looks blurry. Take a look at this. Perfect. Now it's super clear. We can go ahead and take a picture. And we can also do the same thing when we are recording. If we switch now to recording mode, that's autofocus. We change it right here to manual focus, and as you guys can see, the glass looks blurry. Take a look at that. Perfect. Beautiful. There are so many things on this camera that you can change. You can change the white balance here. Take a look at that. I mean, it gives you really the same options that you're getting on the other phones. You can also change the ISO, and you can change this right here, the exposure compensation, and you can also adjust this right here. So really good option on this camera. Also, let's go ahead and go back here to the camera mode. That was the video recording. Right here under settings, you can adjust the resolution. It maximizes the screen brightness when you're taking a picture. You can also click right here so you can focus before capturing. So as you guys can see, many options. Now let's go back here and show you some of the options for video recording. One of the things that I like, it lets you control. As you can see, there is the speaker right there. If you click right there, This lets you control the quality on the audio from the camera when you are recording. Built-in microphone, video camera, external microphone, or Bluetooth microphone. So you can change that. You can also change the audio settings, and you can customize, as you can see right there, using custom audio settings. And here's the audio format, automatic. You can change that if you want. And there's the audio bit rate. You can even adjust this. How cool is that? You can do 112, you can do 96 kb or 80 kb. So it's basically going to allow you to record with a better quality when it comes to the audio. Let's go ahead and take a look at some samples from old phones. So we're going to take a look at some picture samples and videos taken with all these phones. I try to take the same pictures and videos, so keep in mind the brightness on all these phones is set in the auto brightness. The resolution on the Nexus 6 and the Samsung or the display, it's Super AMOLED versus IPS LCD on the LG. So the colors on these two phones are going to look more vibrant. So here's a look at the same picture on all phones with the front-facing camera. And as you guys can see, the Samsung and the LG has a wide-angle camera versus the Nexus doesn't have the wide angle. Let's go to the next picture here. And I'll let you guys be the judge. I don't really want to say too much as far as the colors or comparing or anything like that. Like I said before, because of the Super AMOLED displays here, the pictures and the colors, they tend to look better than the LG. Let's go to the next one. There's the same picture. This picture was taken here in the 4:3 aspect ratio, so keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and try to zoom in. All right, let's go to the next one. That was at different times, but in the same area. Okay, let's go to the next. And this is a video.
Alright guys, this is a video intended to be recorded here with the Nexus rear camera on the rear camera. Alright guys, this is a video intended to be recorded here with the Nexus 6.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Same picture on all phones. Let's go next. And this picture was taken from inside of my car through the window, through my driver passenger door window. Okay, let's go to the next. This is a video.
Alright guys, we're recording now. Things are getting more dark. It's about 6:30 p.m. So this is considered low light. And recording here with the Nexus 6 rear camera in 1080p.
Okay. And next, I believe this one I took with all phones. Same picture. Here's the same picture too. Now take a look at this picture here on the, I can tell you because, you know, I live close by this gas station. When I zoom in, take a look at the letter M there, it's green color. I know that for a fact because I live by the gas station, I go there all the time. On the Samsung, I noticed that the letter, it doesn't show the green color like it does here on the LG. So as far as this particular picture, I can say that the LG did the best job. And second was the Nexus. I can still see a little bit of the green in the letter here, but I don't really see it on the Samsung. It looks white. So that's as far as that picture. Now this is in low light, actually with a flash. It was in the garage of the house, no light at all, taken with a flash. This was taken in the living room, no light at all, just with a flash. Unfortunately, with the Camera FV5 on the Nexus, it didn't do a good job with the flash. But I took another picture later that you're gonna see with the stock camera that comes with the Nexus using the flash, and it did a good job. This was taken also inside with no light, just a flash. To me, it looks better on the Samsung here. There is that one. This was taken with the flash in the garage, and here I use the stock camera that comes with the Nexus, and it did a way better job compared to the FV camera. And let's go ahead and zoom in so you guys can see the colors. So in comparison to these two phones, really nice colors there on the Nexus. And this is low light in the kitchen. No other lights except for the light that was coming from a window that is across the living room. So pretty good job in all phones. The colors are nice on the Nexus. Same thing right here on the LG. And same thing right here on the Samsung. But like I said before, the Super AMOLED display on the Samsungs, it's super powerful. This is a front-facing video here that I did with all phones.
Hey guys, this is a sample video here with the front-facing camera on the Nexus 6 after the update of Android 6.
So as you can see, not wide angle, here's the LG.
Right guys, now a sample video here with the LG V10 using the front-facing camera recording in 1080p.
And there's a Samsung.
This is a sample video here using the front-facing camera on the S6 Edge Plus.
All right, last but not least, let's take a look at the picture that we took earlier here using the, when we were doing the manual focus, I'm sorry. So there is that one. So it looks pretty good on all phones. Here's a video.
Okay guys, last but not least, this is a sample video here recording with the Nexus 6 using the manual focus option. And take a look at this, how clear everything looks like. This is very close to the camera.
Okay, same video here on the LG.
Okay, this is a sample video here in 1080p recording with the LG V10 using the manual focus. And we have this object really close to the camera. And as you get...
Okay, last here the Samsung.
Recording in 1080p with the rear camera on the Edge Plus using the manual focus, and as you can see, everything looks really clear, and this is very close to the camera.
Okay, there we have it. Let's go ahead and give you guys my final conclusions. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you don't mind, click on like, share the video to help others, subscribe for more. Final conclusions here. Like I said before, the purpose of this video was to give you guys an idea, what can you do with the application Camera FV5, which offers pretty much the same manual controls that you can find here on these two phones, on a phone that doesn't offer that. We have to be honest, obviously the cameras on the Samsung and the LG are way better than the camera that comes with the Nexus. However, with that application, you guys saw that the quality of the picture was actually pretty decent, very comparable to these other two phones. So I want to thank you guys again, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.